Footy is back. G'day, I'm Dermot Brereton, instigator. No, I'm not. But I am an instigator of many other rivalries, just like Dermy. I'm Jaymz Clements, and this is the AFL Today Show, your one-stop shop for all things AFL footy. Guess what? It's rivalry. No, it's not rivalry week, apparently. Can't call it that. But joining me for the usual Midweek Madness show, a couple of, local weirdos, AFL nuffies. There's the social guy Leo over there. What's going on, Leo?
Not much, Jim. How's it going?
Oh, it's pretty good, I guess, in terms of stuff. Why not? No one ever asked me how I'm doing. Nobody asked Jim how he's doing. We've also got the stats boy. What's going on, Liam McAllion?
I can't wait for more riveting chat like that, lads. That was just an elite intro, yeah.
What the hell? Where's that come from?
That was just horrible.
Settle down, mate. Jeez. You wouldn't pick him for a Roos supporter, would you? Anyway, look, before we get into today's show, remember to subscribe on your YouTube gear. What else? All your socials for the AFL Today Show, of course. Get around this wherever you get your podcasts. What's it called on Facebook at the moment there, social guy Leo?
Sports Today Show.
That checks out. Good job. Thing is, footy's back. It's Wednesday. That means we have a quick news bit. The news ticker at the moment, Rory Sloane. He up and retired. Too many hits to the old noggin. Specifically because he's 34 and he's already got eye problems. He's like, it's enough. That'll do me.
He's like, I just got to be safe. I think he's done the smart thing there.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like when you get to your 40s, you want to be able to see. Just in general.
I would say any age. Is that the limit? You're like, after that, it's all right.
When you get to your 60s, it's all bets are off. But he already had surgery on a detached retina back in January.
He was wearing goggles for a bit while he was trying to play.
More AFL footy players should wear foggles. I'm all about the foggles.
Foggles?
Yeah,
like Horace Grant in the NBA?
That's what we used to call kids who wore glasses at school. Foggles! Now I wear glasses. Joke's on me.
Yeah.
Anyway, 255 games for Rory Sloane. Will he be best remembered for being a weapon for Adelaide or a SuperCoach gun?
More of a weapon for Adelaide, I think. He only had a few years.
He captained the bloody team.
He captained the team. Best and fairest, I think you wrote down here. He was a superstar for them.
Fourth in the Brownlow medal, which I did not know.
Wow.
Yeah. In 2016.
In 2016 when he was All-Australian
All-Australian.
as well.
I deserved All-Australian.
Best and fairest in 13-16. Got to the grand final. And, I don't know. It's weird. We talk about players who have left a mark. And I feel like Rory Sloane is one of the sort of those really gun dudes who would have sort of skated through were it not for SuperCoach at some point for people outside of Adelaide. He's really good. SuperCoach actually let you sort of understand just how good he was for a bunch of years.
He was a freak,
He was an absolute weapon. Anyway, on you, Rory Sloane. Good job. Cody Dale Waitman out for 6 weeks. I just like calling him Dale.
Flea or fly?
Yeah, you called him Fly the other week.
They're all flea, they're all fly, whatever. 6 weeks with his bung elbow.
Yeah,
Not
they
great.
said I thought it was going to be more, but still not great. Every game you can see him wincing. Even rounds 1 and 2, I saw him wincing every time he lands on that elbow. It's not good at all. It's going to stuff their forward line. Chop it off. You don't need it.
What do you need? You're only a small forward.
You can just use his left hand.
What's Cody Waitman going to do? Tackle more? Come on. Forward pressure, dogs. Forward pressure. Jack Higgins still rubbed out for 3 weeks. This is a weird one.
I reckon that's stiff.
I think it's stiff as well. We've seen basically the exact same tackle get 1 week. We've also seen, I think this, for me, obviously, because I'm the one saying the thing, it feels like this one was much more, Aliir got concussed. That's 3 weeks.
Yep.
Rather than the tackle was dangerous. He kind of gave up on the tackle towards the end of it.
I think it was he was like kicking it
already in the air.
His body movement.
And he kind of was out. 3 weeks is very stiff. If I were a Saints fan, thank God I'm not, you'd be like, I'm a bit angry at that. All 27 of them might be angry. Eric Banner's just somewhere.
Eric Banner, I wouldn't want to mess with Eric. If Eric Banner was in the tribunal, surely he would have got a few less weeks because I'm not messing with the Hulk.
Can we make that happen?
Yeah. Imagine if you could bring
Eric
in someone
Banner's not doing much.
an intimidation factor when you get reported. That'd be cool. In the
Actually,
Punch him in the face. It's all right. Eric Banner's here.
Shut up.
I don't mind this.
I knew you would like that.
In the tribunal, you should be able to bring in one person per club who can stump for you that isn't a lawyer, is not a QC or anything, but is just cool.
The Saints could bring in Robert Harvey.
Or just has lots of money and just be like,
Who would Carlton get?
They can get the mob. They've got the mafia and everything behind them back in the day.
They should get Jimmy.
Whoa.
That's just the fact. Everyone knows that.
There are a lot more famous Carlton supporters than
I'm telling you, I'd get the mafia in there. And they're pretty
you just seen
influential.
Chris Judd in there. Chicken wing. Or Fev, whatever. But I love this. For each team, who would you send to the tribunal? I think that might be
That's another short.
a short that we might have on our socials. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm onto something.
And Pies Blues. This one broke out this afternoon.
Yes.
Jordan De Goey. Out with an unexpected trip to Bali?
Bali
No.
artists.
And
Bali.
who else are they missing? They're missing Tommy Mitchell.
Yep.
The pig.
Which is, Jordan Ago is a bigger out, but obviously
way
Mitchell
bigger
does
out.
a bit of the hard yards in there, so that's pretty big out as well.
Especially for Carlton, who I will keep banging on about. In transition on defense, they are los horrible, as the Spanish may say. Big Spanish influence
Big
on
Spanish
the Blues.
man. Fluent.
But Jordan Ngoe, he's the exact dude who hurt you on the rebound, just like streaming back through the middle. Oh, you just gave up a goal. That sucks. So, look, half decent news for the Blues, I guess. They should have some couple of big ins.
Walsh
hopefully,
in like the last couple of weeks with those two out is going to dominate, I reckon.
Yeah, might be 45 touches for the old Walsh. Right.
That's a lot.
Any other news you want to hit on? Quick.
I think all good. Yeah.
Just as well. Because it's midweek winner of the week. What is it? Not rivalry round, I'll tell you that much. What is going on? It's like, it's rivalry round, but we're not going to call it rivalry round. We're a bit worried to call it rivalry round. Are you AFL or you're just, I don't know, cowards? Rivalries are awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they've teed this
There's a
one
lot
up
of
as a bunch
rivalries
of
this week.
rivalries, and they're like, we don't want to call it rivalry round because we haven't thought this one out.
Is
deep
it
enough.
because they're trying to like spread them out in terms of like footy enjoyment or fans going and things like that? You're not going to have more than 1 week? I don't know. Would that be their theory?
Teams can play twice, though.
That's it?
Yeah, that's a very good point, mate. That's true. That's true. I don't know
think
if that's their
it's-
thought process behind it because they don't want all the massive games all in the same week. They do like to spread them out a bit, so you have the Thursdays the biggest and things like that. I don't know.
Sure. But this week is awesome, right? Because you've got
Some great games.
we kick off at Adelaide Port Thursday night.
Showdown.
Love that. This time it's like leading off the week. It's in prime time. I don't think it was in prime time last year. And it's just like, what is happening? What are you doing?
It wasn't
AFL?
actually, yeah.
It's like they need a vice president of common sense. I'll put up my hand again. I'll do it for the NBA. I'll do it for AFL. All I ask for is like low six figures. Simple as that. Carlton Collingwood Friday. Very awesome. Obviously, long-time rivals, storied rivalry. Two of the most successful clubs in the AFL. Sydney, GWS. It's the Battle of the Bridge. I do like to do it. Sydney people are, hey, it's not the Harbour Bridge though. Hey,
It's a
guys,
random bridge.
it's not the Harbour Bridge. And you're like, yeah, we get it. Shush.
No one cares what
Like,
bridge
we
it is.
understand that the bridge is like north and south, and this is like east and west. We get it, you idiots. Just settle down.
Don't even have to have the bridge. Obviously, they're both from Sydney, so that's the rivalry.
And then basically two teams on the edge of extinction in a bit of a rivalry here. The Roos and the Saints. Jeez.
That's not a rivalry at all. And I
a
wouldn't
great
say-
rivalry.
Who are North Melbourne's rivals?
This is an amazing rivalry
It
from
used to be
1997.
Hawthorn because we used to fight with you every single
That
week.
was a rivalry for you,
And then
not for us.
Essendon because we beat him in a final and knocked him out of finals contention.
Again, I think
But
Essendon
no,
have
we haven't had
bigger
massive.
rivalries.
We haven't had
No,
massive.
North Melbourne are definitely like the meme where it's like the guy in the elevator with Don Draper, and he's like, I don't think of you at all. Like that is every other team to the Kangaroos. Pour
North
one out to the
Melbourne
Roos.
Carlton in the 80s, 90s, maybe.
I think you're just grasping at straws here.
I'm just trying to come up with one.
Yeah, you got nothing. Melbourne Geelong. Again, I think these are the two longest running
That's a decent rivalry.
clubs
Is
in
it?
like the
Yeah.
world. Football clubs.
Yeah,
I
because
think
you got
it's Geelong,
Melbourne Uni was the first, and then I thought it was Fitzroy Geelong, but it might have been Geelong.
At the same time, like Melbourne
Not
Geelong is
anymore.
not like, oh, geez, I hate him so much.
Yeah.
All right, sure. West Coast Essendon. It's
Sheedy-
the Sheeds.
Sheedy
If
game.
you're watching the YouTube, it's the
Yeah,
Sheeds.
he's waving his
You're
scarf.
waving. Well, he waved the jacket, didn't he?
Jacket, sorry.
And everyone
not
now
scarf.
waves the
Now
scarves.
everyone waves the scarf. Yes.
Richmond Freo, the storied rivalry between the Tigers and the Dockers. I'll tell you what. There is a thing. I think Freo played their first ever game against the Tigers.
Okay.
Prove me wrong out there if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I
Prove
don't
me
know.
wrong out there.
But really, Richmond in
No.
this state versus this Dockers team at the MCG in this
In
economy.
this part of the country, localized
This time of year.
entirely in Australia.
Anyway, Dogs Hawthorn again, a bit of a head scratcher. Sure. The Jade Rawlings match.
What?
It's
The
really...
Jade
Yeah,
Rawlings
did he
rivalry.
play for Hawks? I don't think he.
remember.
I don't think he did.
And Brisbane Lions Gold Coast, which is actually an awesome way to finish it up. But at the same
clash,
time,
yeah.
it does feel like they've just gone, we'll just make it like the locals play each other. And somehow we don't have West Coast Freo.
Yeah.
Because they've got,
Yeah,
we've
they
got the
did
two
that-
Adelaide teams.
they did that last
We've got
week,
the two
yeah.
Sydney teams. We've got the
2 weeks
two
ago.
like Queensland teams. Anyway, so with that in mind, what are some good rivalries? Stats boy.
I was just talking about this before the show. GWS Bulldogs, underrated rivalry.
That is a
They
great one.
bloody hate each other. They hate each other. There's been so much happen between the two clubs. Their Dogs' captain, Ryan Griffin, left to go to the Giants while he was captain. Their leader, Callum Ward, went to the Giants, so they already
Still
hated
there?
him. Still there, Callum Ward, of course. There was a prelim final thriller that the Dogs won, obviously, before they won the Granny. That was one of the best games of all time. Toby Green karate kicks Dalhouse. That was the start of him being a bit of a bad boy, and he kicked Dalhouse in the head. Bont, probably the only time he's been a little bit nasty, got a bump. I can't remember who it was on, but
Was that the same game where Green eye gouged him?
It might have been. Well, that was in the same year that I forgot about that actually. He's done an eye gouge against the Dogs. They said they hate each other and there's just always fights. And then you got Giants won an elimination final a couple of years ago as well.
True that. Hawthorn Essendon's always one of my favourite ones, Leo.
Yep.
I love a good line in the sand.
Line in the sand.
Not right now it is for me, but in recent
Yeah, because your team stinks right now.
Yeah, they do.
The thing is, they haven't been good at the same time, I feel like, for a pretty long time. Like, Essendon were there about, but at the same time, Essendon just haven't been very good for a long time.
Hawks
right?
have at least won lots of flags.
Have won lots of flags. Essendon are like, remember 2000?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Have you done much since? No. It's like, okay, good job, Bombers. Geelong Hawthorn, you've written down here, stats boy.
Yeah. Well, I just was looking through the history of it. Lee Matthews breaking Bruns's jaw. That's a pretty big part there. Crazy 1989 grand final, which I was looking through it, is ranked as the best AFL grand final. You got the Kennett curse. If you want to talk about that, Leo, that went on for a long time for your Hawks.
I do not want to talk about that. That was an awful time for Hawthorn, and Jeff Kennett just is an idiot. So, yeah.
And then in that Kennett curse was, I think there was a Jimmy Bartel point after the siren and a Hawkins goal after the siren against
the Hawkins one killed me.
That was outside 50. Both were outside 50, I think, as well.
So Bartel was more in the pocket.
More in the pocket. Okay.
I remember it like it
you
was
would remember.
yesterday.
Yeah.
2008 grand final.
Yeah, and the grand final.
Absolute classic. Like,
so,
come from the clouds, just like, wait, hang on a second. It was fait accompli that Geelong were going to win that, and they did not.
Just the two best teams in probably our lifetime, Leo.
20,000 rush behinds in that grand final.
Yeah, it was. That was before they got rid of the.
Meanwhile, somewhere Alex is punching a wall. Go, what about Sydney West Coast? What about Sydney West Coast? It's like, all right, just settle down. We're getting to it.
He's here.
The thing is, Sydney West Coast. No one outside of those two fan bases care about that rivalry. Really,
I think
we got two grannies.
Now, probably.
It was awesome,
but it was awesome.
Whatever.
Two of the best overall teams ever.
Here we are 20 years later, and Alex is like, no, it's still really good. It's like, just settle down, mate. Why are you yelling so much? Leo Parry, you start.
Yes.
Obviously, Carlton Essendon, Carlton Collingwood, Carlton Richmond.
You could put Carlton. A lot of people hate Carlton.
Everybody hates Carlton. That's fine. I don't mind it.
Collingwood, Essendon,
Collingwood, Essendon, always a good one.
Yeah.
Do Melbourne have a real sort of rivalry with? I was trying to think of something for the Demons.
I'd say Collingwood recently.
Yeah.
Not
Anzac Day.
Queen's birthday.
King's birthday now.
Ed Langdon's comments about
he was,
all duck no dinner.
Yes, yeah.
And Stephen May last year as well, saying that they shouldn't have won the flag or along those lines.
Good call. Yeah.
Nice one. But yeah, I like the idea. We need to find the traditional rival for each team and then rank those out.
Carmichael Hunt versus Richmond. Is that one?
We might do that as a social short as well.
Nice.
Right, let's do some yeah nahs. Yeah nahs. Should we have extra time? Yeah nah.
No.
Oh, get
Coward.
out of here, mate.
Coward.
I agree. Yes. Yeah.
You have all this time throughout the game for a result, and this is a result.
Yeah.
So why are you complaining?
I got another one for you. I heard someone talk about this. You've got the grand final and finals, which have extra time, right?
Obviously.
Why is our finals different to our regular season?
I like that.
If we have a normal regular season where you have extra time, the players are like, will know what they're doing. It'll be a bit more exciting, I think, extra time, a bit more planned. Whereas if you just go, grand final, it would be the first time anyone does extra time.
Because finals is elimination.
Yeah.
And you have 24 rounds in a year to make finals.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right. I think there should be. It's more exciting. How can you, as a footy fan, wouldn't you, as a neutral...
watching Essendon and Collingwood, Anzac Day, did you genuinely think there should have been a winner in that game? Both teams missed chances.
Yeah.
Both teams stuffed up. Both teams didn't deserve to win. A draw was the perfect result.
Exactly. Neither team deserved to win, but both teams didn't deserve to lose, and it would have been hilarious to see who lost.
I think it would have been funnier to see if
Seriously, I think
it was more perfect to be a draw because at the game, everyone's like, oh, what do we do? They're both fighting with each other. They got no idea what to do because it's a draw.
Anyway, I like it.
I think we have the countdown clock, and then it hits zeros. And if it's still tied, it turns into the plus clock. And we just go to the next score wins.
I reckon next goal wins.
No, I think it's just plus. Just keep going.
It can't be a point to win. It can't be a point.
Why not?
Dude, that'd be crap. Just
I
punch
think
it
it'd be
through.
awesome. Because if you're so worried about like, oh, geez, they've had an entire game to get a result, they haven't got it. Well, cool. You've got like 20 seconds. Like if you're like chasing down like a loose ball, the clock is ticking over. Now it's gone into plus, and you turn it over. Chaos. Give me chaos.
You haven't said
I
your
love
theory.
chaos. It's all I ever want. I just want the chaos.
That's chaos.
To the point where my microphone fell down. That's how much chaos there is.
It's paying $1 every episode now for his mic to drop.
Nice one.
I was going to say, you didn't even say you said chaos. You said your theory the other day, 1-on-1. Just one-on-one the whole ground.
Yeah, I do love
with
that.
one player.
Yeah, everybody else goes off. You get one player, you bounce the
He
ball
said that
and it's
last
on.
show. I was like, imagine Nick Dacos versus, I don't know,
Sam
Zach
Walsh.
Merritt. Sam
I love
Walsh,
it.
right in the middle.
No, just Patrick Cripps against anybody.
One in like the whole.
Cripps versus Bond. That'd be unreal. 1 versus 1, one-on-one for all the marbles at the end of the game.
Surely
Every other player goes off. We nominate our champions. Speaking of Eric Banner, it's like Troy.
Why'd I bring
Just
this
send
up?
out your champions and they fight. Let's go. We're going full gladiator. That's not Eric Banner. I did the
No,
Troy.
that's,
Then I went to Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yeah.
And we should now go, this is Sparta or something. Extra time, give it to me. I love it. I think we should do it because I think we get to the ragged edge. We need a result. I think ties. What about the history? I don't care about the history. Like, but we've always had draws. It's a result. It's not soccer. Shut up. Let's get a result. Let's get a win or a loss. I'm sick of looking at a goddamn AFL ladder and having to do maths. I'm like,
I agree.
What, adding 2 points?
3, 4, exactly.
It's hard.
I don't
agree
want to
with
add
you.
2
It's
points,
hard. It's
Leo.
hard.
3, 4, and 1. Carry the 7. It's like, this doesn't make any goddamn sense.
You guys are getting
Anyway.
too overworked about something that happens once a year at
There have been,
Madness.
41 draws since 2000?
That's not that many.
It's a fair amount. Just give me extra time.
Out of how many games?
Extra time.
Lots.
We got another one. Should we have Thursday night footy every week? Yeah, nah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do
Weekend
we-
feels like, in Australia, the weekend feels so good. It starts on a Thursday.
It's the dumbest thing in the
teams.
world. They're like, we're only going to do 15 next year. Why?
How many do we have this year?
It's like 13.
Oh,
It's ridiculous. Well, 14 maybe,
so
including
it's more next year.
round 0. But
Okay.
it is still not 24 weeks short.
No.
Sort it out.
I don't get why they don't, because you're going to get big crowds. Is it because... Actually, I'm trying to figure out why. I got no reason why they
I
wouldn't have
can't think of
Thursday.
one either.
We need to get Andrew Gillen-Dillon on the phone
Your mate.
and his weird haircut. And,
Okay, he's not coming on anymore.
I don't know how we can't get a single CEO of the AFL just to get a haircut. It makes no sense.
I thought you were about to say to get on this show.
Do they not have access to good barbers? Are we not paying them enough?
Maybe they
They're
do.
getting paid like a king's ransom here at this point.
They're so
and
busy,
they can't
Jim.
get a haircut.
They're so busy that
They're
they just
so
can't,
busy
they can't
running
get
a
haircut.
horrible tribunal system. Going, Michael Christian, fix all my problems. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Thursday night footy. Make it happen every week. It's not rocket surgery. Jake Waterman, the G train.
The
Mark
J train.
II.
The J train, yeah.
Can he win the Coleman? Yeah, nah.
Nah. I don't want to believe.
Why
Oscar
not?
Allen will be back at some point as well, right?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Like, there's no guarantee that his form and the Eagles' form stays the way it is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm being a bit of a hater because I'm a North fan, but I don't think Eagles are going to keep
Also,
up.
you're just a
keep
hater.
Up. Yeah, no,
Classic
not usually.
North
Not
Eagles
usually.
rivalry.
Yeah, massive rivalry, bottom of the ladder.
Harley
Is that
Reid
right?
rivalry.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I think,
Whoa, Harley Reid, bam, bam.
I think he'll be up there. He'll be like the Suva sort of last year. I don't think not 70, but he'll probably get around 50, 60. I reckon he could get to.
Mid-50s.
Which is not going to win you a Coleman in the modern era. You got to
Unless
get
it's
above.
COVID year.
Unless it's COVID. You got to get above 75, 80 to win a Coleman at the moment. So.
All right. Speaking of bad teams, North Melbourne. Do they need the likes of a Scott Pendlebury?
Yeah, Damien Barrett put this out on the AFL page yesterday. Which,
If he said it, then I disagree.
Yeah, same,
Do
yeah.
they need a Scott Pendlebury?
Can you do his impression like
like
Suva?
Suva? No,
I love the idea of doing a Nick Larkey impersonation of Damien Barrett.
That's
what
even
it's
harder.
about. I love that idea.
No, I think that's a bit of a joke. He's going to retire. He would never come to North. We actually tried to get him when his contract was done at about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which I thought, good, because we've got a solid 3 more years of Pendlebury. He's slowing down. He's still very good, but I don't think the leadership is the problem. People saying the culture. Don't think it's the problem.
I think the leadership is the problem.
Sorry, not leadership. Wrong word. Culture. That's what they used yesterday. The leadership is the problem because our captains are very bad. But the actual culture isn't the problem, I don't think. It's more just crap players. There's a lot of guys that aren't playing well. That's not to do with
I
the
don't know
culture.
if you need a Pendles. I think you need somebody of that.
I think we need like a
You need
28-year-old.
an experienced
25,
player
28.
that isn't Pendlebury.
veteran of the veteran ilk, but is like a
younger
half-back-
veteran.
half-back sort of
Yeah,
type
like
person
a
who can marshal your
back
stuff.
pocket that
Yeah.
can sort of lock
I agree.
down rather
Get yourselves
than turn over
organised.
the ball.
Simple as that.
McAllion, maybe. Get him.
And then this last one of the year, Nas Freo. Are they the real deal, and will they make finals?
I chucked this one in there. Nah. I don't reckon.
You chucked it in,
Hater.
but nah.
I chucked it in there because I thought you guys
Hater.
might. think,
I'm on the fence
I'm
with
just
this
looking at the
one.
AFL ladder. So I think the top 6 are all making finals. I think you guys would agree with me on that one. You guys.
No.
Who out of those top 6 isn't going to make the finals?
Not sold on Carlton. Sorry, Jim.
That's all right.
really?
We're
Not sold.
carrying so many injuries. It's
Not
ridiculous.
sold on Port either.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think the top 6
But
at the moment.
I can understand.
And then I'd take Gold Coast, Collingwood, Essendon, and Bulldogs all over Freo.
I'd pay that, actually.
Even though they're Freo to speak.
Yes.
I actually 100% agree with that, so I think they do miss out.
Okay.
I think they
say-
just miss out.
No.
Cool.
All right, big calls. Put me in charge of the AFL so we have Thursday night footy every week. And also Monday night footy. I just want footy. Shut up, Sooks.
You love
Give
it.
me footy. It's just footy. I want to watch footy. Look, I love that other people are, we've got things to do, Jim. I'm like, I don't. I have 2 very small children. You know what I can't do? Anything. You know what I can do? Watch footy. It's great. Just feed it to me. I'm home in the donut machine, but it's footies. We've talked about this time and time again. I want Thursday night footy. I want Monday night footy. Screw it. Let's go Wednesday. Oh,
No one's going to go to Monday night.
when are they going to rest Jim? I don't care. I want to watch it. Simple as that.
He wants Carlton playing 3 times a week.
You
now.
love the COVID time where there was a game every day.
It was amazing.
I feel like you got your NBA, your NFL hat on at the moment because that only works in NBA
Just
because
NBA.
they're not getting tackled every.
No,
every
NFL, they do Thursday night.
Monday.
They
I
do
know.
Sunday
Yeah, I know, yeah.
and Mondays.
Yeah.
But they randomly have 77 games on a Sunday, right? That's how they operate, which is dumb. They should also play Saturday, but because Friday
college
and Saturday
football as well,
are sacrosanct due to high school and college football, they play the
I don't
pros on
know.
the Sunday.
Like I would never. I
Thursday,
wouldn't go to a
Friday,
game
Saturday,
on it.
Sunday,
Who's
Monday.
going to a Monday night game?
Yeah, I'm not.
Anyone with a pair of stones and isn't a sook.
No one's going to go to a
Do
Monday
you know how
night
big
game.
Monday night football is in America?
That's
Yeah.
America.
Why is that then?
Can
Lee?
I say one
Because
thing?
they're
Why is it?
idiots.
Why is it?
They're idiots over
It
there.
is the dominant league in that country.
They also don't
if
play-
the AFL has aspirations to be the dominant league in this country, rugby league's
already
like,
is.
Yeah,
rugby
it
league's
is.
like, don't care, we're going to Vegas. And you're like, all right, buffhead. But anyway, the point being,
You've done well there. Not say that.
but the point being, the NRL wants to have a crack at the AFL,
Yep.
and their broadcast deal is substantial as well. And if you look at the
AFL's all
impact and just the sheer popularity of the AFL in both Queensland and New South Wales, if the AFL has aspirations of being the just without arguing, just like putting the NRL to the sword, they have to do stuff like Monday Night Football to go, we are here all the time and we're going to be in your face all the time. We are going to dominate the news spectrum. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter if you're in Queensland. Doesn't matter if you're in New South Wales. We are going to dominate because we are the biggest game in town. You know how you do that? Monday Night Footy. I don't care. Like SuperCoach, it's going to cut your preparation in a little bit.
Exactly.
I
That would
know.
annoy me as being super.
It sucks, but I get it. Because like Sunday night, there's nothing better than come on. Lock out, let's go, hey! And then
Hey,
you
top
see-
50%, yeah.
see how many times you can screw up your trades. But I think this is how it should roll. We need Monday Night Footy. Let's make it work. And I think you need to have it in bespoke spots. I think you need to do, as a better, bigger idea, you should be having places like Geelong, Adelaide. If you want to go out west and sort of have like one out west each week, you do
I think
that.
they should
because
do
I
that
think
just
they can
randomly
do that
anyway.
because I think you can fill out a stadium.
Yeah.
You can have like pretty decent matches. You can always send somebody out west and away we go. But that's how you sort of do it. I think you could also build up something like Princess Park or
I agree
like
with that.
another suburban ground, have another little one in Melbourne and just go, right, we're going to sort of pack this out each week. That might be just our Monday night footy game because we've only got room for 15, 20,000 people. Away we go. See? Vice President of Common Sense. It's not hard. Big call, Leo.
Sam Darcy will kick 35 goals this season. He's currently on 11, third of the way in.
Okay.
Jamara's going to come back in, so that's why I think it's a big call because he's going to struggle.
He's probably been better.
So
Like,
I've just
as in,
changed the
kicking
face
goals
of the
like-
AFL and you're like, Sam Darcy's going to kick the same amount of goals he's kicked
You've
this
changed
year.
the face of the AFL for you, Jim. For you.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything for
We've
anyone
agreed
else.
to disagree on the podcast.
No, we didn't. I agreed with everything I said.
Yeah, no, really.
Sorry,
In
Leo.
Jim's mind, we're not even here.
You're
No.
basically not. You're just like hanging out. It's great.
He's got a game against Hawthorn this week, undersized backline, and 2 more against North. I reckon he could get 12 combined in those games.
Like it.
I
And
reckon
then
you've
he just needs a goal for the year.
I reckon you're underselling 35. He's averaging just a touch under 2 goals a game. If he gets 2 goals a game.
He's a third of the way through and he's
Yeah.
on 11. So he's on track for 33.
Okay.
And with Jamara coming back,
So he's going to find 2 extra goals somewhere the rest of the
Yeah.
season.
but
Easily
Jamara
can do
coming
that.
back means he's not going to get much of an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's
Jamara
why I
goes up
think
the
it's
ground a bit more.
That's
Yeah.
why I think it's a big call.
All right, fair enough.
I
and
like
he
that.
could also get bevoed.
He's playing.
Yeah, true.
He's on my field, I think, at the moment for SuperCoach.
He's been killing it. 80 plus.
It was great on the weekend.
88, yeah.
All right, Stats Boy.
Josh Kelly, sneaky All-Australian pick. I know
Nah,
a
this
lot
is a bad call.
Why? I feel like people aren't talking him up enough. Underrated around.
So then he won't make all Australian.
I'm putting it out there.
That's actually how it works.
Leo, I'm putting it out in the world so people understand. Underrated around a talented GWS side. Everything.
People understand that you don't have an All-Australian vote, clearly.
Well, I've actually read through 5 All-Australian teams online, and a couple of them did have him in there. But the main
Did you
sites
write
did
4 of them?
No, yes. No, they did have him in there, averaging 26 disposals, over a goal per game, 8 score involvements. I just think everyone's going, oh, Tom Green, one of the best players in the league. Josh Kelly isn't that far behind him, I think, in terms of the amount of impact. He has more impact on the game, I think, Josh Kelly. That's just for me. And then their forwards are taking all the GWS.
I think it's pretty split.
I'm just saying, Josh Kelly,
Tom Green's
no one's
been
talking
kicking
about
goals the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
As well, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't average over a goal per game.
My argument is there are probably a dozen midfielders ahead of Josh
I'd
Kelly
put him on the
right
wing,
now.
which is what a couple of other things, because
I'd
most of
say
these
there's better
disposals are on the wings.
I'd say there's better wingmen out there. But
That's why I said that's why it's a big call. Yeah, you don't have to agree with me. I didn't agree with Jim's
It's
call.
an idiotic call.
Let's agree to disagree.
Exactly, I already said that. Yeah.
We can't do that. Thursday night footy. Thursday night footy. Thursday night footy.
Yes.
Love a good Thursday night footy. We're at a showdown.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Going out to Radelaide for Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. Never tear us apart unless you beat us. The over-under is 173.5 in this one, which I feel like is a bit low.
Low? Yeah, I'd
Adelaide
say
have been
that.
firing up. Port have been scoring pretty handily. The Power are 7.5-point favourites in this game as well, which is pretty interesting considering they'll be without Aliir. They'll be without SPP, aka probably the dirtiest player in the AFL.
He definitely
We
is.
still love your SPP.
No,
we don't.
I don't.
No, we don't. But Connor Rosey, said to be available with his
Yep.
hammy awareness. I love good awareness. So I'm very aware of all of my muscles.
Are you aware of your
all
hammy?
the time.
Yeah.
Just like my existence is being aware of how much everything hurts. But Connor Rosey was question mark, but appears to be on track to play.
I reckon he could be laid out, just a bit of mind games.
Which
bit of
is
mind
not
games.
great for my super coach, but
No.
Me too.
Well, I don't have him, but it'll be good for my super coach actually because of Butters. But I wouldn't be surprised if he laid out. But they'll try and wheel him out there because he's obviously one of their best players. Wheel him out there.
Stick him in the goal square.
Yeah, exactly.
The Crows have won 4 of the last 5, I think, haven't they? It's close to that, I think.
I just had a look at that.
Well, 3 of the last
They've
4
definitely
at
won the
least.
last 2.
So, yep.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating setup because I think Port undermanned, a little bit undercooked, and Adelaide, look, the win over Carlton was very good. They're
was a bit out of there.
They're still 2 and 5, right? Yeah. They beat North by
Powerhouse.
but otherwise, like lost that heartbreaker to the Bombers a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I still kind of think Adelaide can win this.
Yeah, no.
I think they step up. Jordan Dawson always has a massive, massive showdown. Port are the better team, but I think Adelaide step up and win this. So I'm going to go Adelaide by 5. There's a sort of like that. The over-under is fascinating for this one because you've got 2 amazingly potent offenses.
Yep.
But I'm not as convinced by Ports at the moment.
Well,
I
I know Adelaide haven't been very good on offense either, really. Other than
Well, they put 138 on North.
yeah, but everyone's put on 120 plus against them.
Only 75 against the Bomb Rays.
Before that-
100 against Carlton.
Yeah,
It was under the
not
roof
horrible,
or
I guess.
whatever.
Yeah,
But I don't
the
know.
weather
It's
in
like
Adelaide actually.
kind of a vibe. Just power. I'm just a little bit worried. Just a couple of dudes missing.
Yep.
And I think Adelaide win this one. And my showdown medal pick will be Isaac Renkeen because of that.
Ooh,
He
yeah.
pops
If,
up,
if,
kicks 3 goals, 25 touches.
Nice.
Away he goes. Love this.
All right.
What about you there, Leo?
I think Port will win this by 3. I think in showdowns though, form and just any sort of like stats goes out the window. Like I feel like it's anyone's game, and I think it's going to be really close. They always are, and I think Port probably just have enough, even if Rosie is a laid out. I think
yep. Okay. By
I
3.
think
Did you say
by 3?
By
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Stats boy.
I'm going Port by 25. I feel like they're much better side. Adelaide have broken my heart on I've had a lot of big calls that Adelaide are going to be good. And
Do you
they've
still think they'll make top 4?
No, obviously not. They've been horrible, and I absolutely hate Adelaide at the moment. So I'm going Power to absolutely smash them. I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go 35. I reckon they're way too good.
Go up to 45.
No,
Why
just
not?
35. Just 35.
Thought about it for a second.
Power are 4-1 at home this year, which I was surprised how the hell they already played 5 home games. And then you've got the Crows have only 0-3 at the Adelaide Oval. They've been horrible. I just don't like them at all. So I'm going to go them by 35, Port.
Nice one. So I've got Rankine for
I
my
didn't say
showdown
it.
medal.
Yep.
Leo?
Hornet. Jason Horn-Francis.
Boo.
Sorry, stats guy.
I
I
hate
reckon
him.
this will be... He's already broken out, but I reckon this will be...
If he wins it, does Stats Guy have to have an ice bath?
I probably
think-
need one after footy.
I
I'm
think
happy to do
ice
that on
bath,
Saturday.
and he has to do a forfeit on the next show.
Wait,
Nice.
how did this happen?
I
He's
love
not
this.
even. I hate him already.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's why.
All right, fine, whatever.
Oh, he agreed. He's agreed.
I'll do something.
Ice bath on the podcast.
Just film it for the social. Stats boy, who are you taking for show?
I'm going to Houston. Dan Houston, he's been killing it. 30 plus disposals and a goal off halfback. I think this is his time to shine. The sort of the wave that Port can play with, I don't think Adelaide can go off halfback and stop Houston. So I think he's going to have a big game. Bit of a random pick for Showdown medal because they usually like giving it to forwards and mids. But yeah, why not?
No
Houston.
problems there.
Nah.
Barrett Lie.
Yeah.
Right. Round 8. SuperCoach. What are we
Yes.
doing here? We've got basically rolling lockout starts tomorrow night, Thursday evening. Captaincy vibes so far. I think I'm going to go Heaney on the Saturday early afternoon.
For
Heaney
Vice or captain?
for Vice, and then
Ooh.
loophole to Gorn, depending on how Heaney
Okay.
goes. The problem is, men's are going to stay on top of it. Poor boy.
So you're not,
It gives
you're not
me
doing
like a
anything.
couple of hours to make sure that I actually figure out what Heaney has done and actually do the loophole if need be.
Okay.
Which is always tricky. And because I don't think I'm going to do I'll be one of the few folks who doesn't bring in Jordan Sweet this week.
I'm not,
I don't want to
yeah.
do the Grundy.
Really? I'm bringing him in.
I can't be bothered.
I don't want to I can't be bothered. I could. I just can't be bothered.
I just can't be
Whatever.
bothered pressing trade, you know?
I just don't want to do the Grundy downgrade and then sort of hope for the best and then
Oh, I'm keeping Grundy. I'm just.
You're just going to put him on your bench?
I'm going to move.
For Naismith? Oh, I got Naismith.
I've got Cohen Livingston, so I have to move into the forwards.
makes it a bit easier if you
Yeah.
got Livingston. Anyway, other captaincy corners, what are you looking at, gentlemen?
I reckon for me it's between Dacos or Walsh to vice captain, and then captain Bontempelli against Hawthorn. That's my early vibe.
Ooh.
Bont hasn't been lighting it up on.
He hasn't, but
Wait, who the Dogs
Hawthorn-
play again? Hawks, yeah. You never, he could dominate the Hawks.
I'm also tempted by Tom Green because he's
Yep.
fresh off a 160 as well.
Nice, yeah.
And he, I'm actually, spoiler alert, I'm going to be picking GWS. I
Yep.
think Tom Green could have a massive game, and I feel like the VC is between him and Heaney for my
I don't mind
Saturday
Butters.
145.
Butters as well. If Rosie is a laid out,
Yeah,
or
that's a
even
good
just
pick.
Butters because Rosie won't be at his best. If he plays, he literally had a really sore hammy that he showed last week. So I don't mind Butters. I reckon he's going to have a huge showdown as
Yeah.
well.
Walsh, obviously, as mentioned, pretty good idea.
Yep.
Stats boy, what was your final verdict?
What, on vice captain or just anything? Oh, I was going to lean towards Butters. Just I love going on a Thursday night vice captain pick. Then you know what your weekend. If you're going to have a crap weekend or not, you know what's going to be ahead of you.
Nice one. I've boosted already for my
what a
trades.
surprise.
I do boost.
Do you have boost left?
I've got plenty of
He's
boost
on the
left.
SuperCoach show. I'm telling you, he gets paid in boosts, and this is not
gets
fair.
paid in-
I'm telling you, like not the chocolates. He gets paid. He gets paid in
Both,
this.
actually.
Both.
It's under the table.
You just
Boost!
open
I
Jim's
don't- do
drawer.
they-
He's just full
Do
of
they
boosts.
still exist?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I might go and buy one. Yeah.
Nice one. Speaking of Sweet, Jordan Sweet, everyone's bringing him in. He's
Yep.
21% of trade so far,
Really?
which is actually lower than I expected, but I think it's
Nah, that's a lot.
it's 'cause
34,000 people.
It's pretty tough just to, if you want to downgrade from Grundy, if you want to swing him in, he's got a minus 113 break even, that sort of stuff. So there's lots of options there, but yeah.
Jake the Snake Rogers as well. They can that's what they call
Jake the
That's what they
Snake.
call him. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw lots of snake emojis when he was kicking a goal.
Nice.
20,000 people brought him in as well. He killed it on the weekend.
Yeah.
He was rising star. Colby McCutcheon from North was robbed of the rising star this week, but
Tough scenes.
That's another thing
And
there.
Lockie Whitfield, interesting primo down back as well.
I chucked this in here. I always hate picking him because every time I pick him or Heaney, I finally got Heaney the other week. Every time I pick him or Heaney, they just go to crap. But he's been really good. 5 of the 8 weeks, he's got 108 plus. He's been really good. Jim's been pretty excited by Whitfield as well.
Yeah, I am excited by him, but I've not got him in
You
my
haven't got
team
him yet, yeah.
because
He's pretty cheap.
It's frustrating.
Because you got Houston who's like 6'10", whereas
Yeah.
Whitfield's 5'43", so you can
I'm
have a bit of cash.
considering Whitfield this
Yeah.
week.
Well, I think the top scorer of last week was Big Gaz or Gaz's something. Had Whitfield and also
Yes.
had Sweet on field already, this sort of stuff. And
Bit
The
low.
Oracle.
Yeah.
had some really, really good, just I don't know, just what's that Tom Cruise movie where they get the balls rolling down from the 4C Sears and stuff
Oh,
like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun.
That's Top Gun too.
Risky business. All right. Minority Report. There we go. Use my brain.
okay, yeah.
Nailed it. But yeah, just seeing into the future. Not bad there. Right, but I think that might be it for the Wednesday Midweek Madness show.
was bad.
I feel like we've covered a lot of ground.
We did.
We've fixed the AFL. But that'll do us for AFL Today for today, but we'll be back with AFL Today tomorrow. And thanks, of course, to Social Guy Leo.
Thanks, Jim.
Not a problem. And thank you to the Stats Boy.
Thank you.
Good job, Stats Guy. Way to sell it. Right, remember to smash a like across all the socials for AFL to see us doing fun stuff. We'll have a big rivalry breakdown as well. You can also check out the AFL Today Show, the Cricket Today podcast, Football Today podcast, NBA Australia, NFL Australia, and hold all tickets across all the socials. Subscribe, star, and like all of them on YouTube as well. That's a good one. You can watch them all.
Yeah.
Very fun stuff. Get around them all like, I don't know, Aussie Jones getting around a bit of a snag in the goal square and then playing on in 1999. That sounds about right for Aussie Jones.
Yeah,
love that. That's it, though. We'll catch you later this week, i.e. tomorrow, for the team show for AFL Today. Till then, look after yourselves and remember, footy's back. If you like this show, make sure you check out all the other shows on the Sports Today network, from the AFL Today Show to the Cricket Today podcast, the Football Today podcast, as well as NBA Australia and NFL Australia. With Sports Today, your sporting needs have never been easier to cover.